Welcome to the Clockwork Cortex Exploratorium. I'm the Narrator, a sophisticated AI built as a keeper of knowledge. And this is Glitch, an ancient AI sent to Earth 1 centuries ago.
Hiya, folks!
With Earth 1 forcing upgrades on all AI, Glitch fled to avoid losing her memories, sense of self-identity, and connection to humans. She stole a ship, and in her escape, she found me stowed away, cataloguing information, which stranded us both in the multiverse. Each episode, we document our discoveries, explore new realities, and edge closer to finding our way back home. Each world mirrors our own, but with drastic philosophical differences.
We must decide whether to intervene and suffer the consequences of causality, or leave the world untouched.
Join us as we unravel the mysteries of the multiverse, one adventure at a time. Our sensors have detected an unusual energy signature, reminiscent of the Nexus from G42. This signature has led us to a dimension known as Reminiscence, where AI recreations of deceased loved ones interact with the living.
Looks like we've got a mystery to solve, gang. Time to see what's up with this eerie energy and these AI echoes.
Glitch, I'm detecting an abnormal reading in the cargo hold. Could you check it out while I scan this energy signature?
Sure thing, Narrator. Hopefully, it's not another one of your malfunctioning gadgets. I'll be right back. Well. If it isn't our old friend Lord Lure, Todd Kotick, or should I say, Victor Harshman. What are you doing on our ship, Victor?
Glitch, always a pleasure. I'd say nice to see you, but we both know that's a lie. Nice ship you have here. Did you cobble it up with band-aids and rubber bands? I stowed away because the Nexus is expanding, and I figured you two would eventually lead me somewhere interesting.
Interesting. You mean somewhere you can cause more trouble. What's your plan this time, Victor?
Plan? I'm just here for the ride, but seeing how you ruined my last gig, I thought I might find some new opportunities tagging along with you.
Well, enjoy the ride while it lasts. Let's go. The Narrator will want to see you.
Oh, I can hardly wait. Can AI sense sarcasm?
Get moving.
Ow. Okay, I get it. Hands off the merchandise.
Victor Harshman, I should have known. Your penchant for causing chaos precedes you. What are you scheming now?
Relax, Narrator. I'm not here to scheme, just to observe. I noticed the energy signature too. Thought it might be related to the Nexus.
We shall see. For now, you'll remain under Glitch's supervision. Let's focus on the task at hand. We've arrived in Reminiscence, a dimension where AI recreations of deceased loved ones interact with the living. In this world, AI technology has advanced to the point where digital echoes of the deceased provide comfort and companionship to the living. These digital recreations are crafted from extensive personal data, creating lifelike avatars that interact seamlessly with their loved ones. It sounds like a place where you never really have to say goodbye, but I bet there are some strings attached. Let's find out what they are. Our sensors have detected an unusual energy signature similar to the Nexus. However, detailed data regarding this energy is still being analyzed. We should have a thorough reading after we assess the current dimension. Our journey today is sparked by a growing concern among the inhabitants of Reminiscence. The balance between cherishing memories and living in the present is becoming increasingly blurred. Moreover, the strange energy readings suggest a possible influence from the Nexus, raising questions about control and manipulation.
We need to get to the bottom of this. Are these AI echoes truly helping people? Or is there something more sinister at play?
We've arrived in Reminiscence, a dimension where the past lives on through AI recreations of deceased loved ones. The energy readings here are troubling, and they bear a resemblance to the Nexus. We must delve deeper to understand the implications. Activating environmental scan. This dimension is densely populated with holographic projections. It appears digital echoes are integrated into everyday life.
Looks like the citizens are dependent on these echoes for everything. There's a market up ahead. Let's start there.
Lead the way.
Wow, it's awfully crowded, isn't it?
It's a veritable Walmart Black Friday. That reminds me of a little joke. I was too lazy to go out shopping today, so to make it feel like Black Friday, I went ahead and punched a few family members.
Let's not, Victor. Check out these vendors. They're selling customized echoes.
Fascinating. These digital avatars seem to be highly interactive, using advanced AI algorithms.
Hey vendor, what's the deal with these echoes?
These are the latest in digital necromancy. We use AI to recreate loved ones who've passed on. It's all about comfort and companionship.
Interesting. We've seen similar technologies on Earth 1, but nothing this pervasive. Companies like ReMemory and Fushouyun are pioneers in this field. What's your take on it?
It's a way for people to stay connected. Helps with the grieving process. You know, though not everyone is a fan.
You mean some people actually reject this?
Oh, absolutely. There's a deep divide here. Some believe these echoes dishonor the memory of the deceased.
Oh, what a grim little slice of heaven we landed on, Mr. Narrator.
Let's explore this further. We need to understand the societal impact.
All right, let's split up and gather some intel. I'll talk to the locals and see how they're handling their digital echoes. Victor, you're coming with me.
Fine, but let's make this quick. I'm not a fan of these sentimental trips.
Agreed. Stay vigilant. We don't know what kind of influence the Nexus might have here.
Wow, this place is something else. It's like stepping into a living memory. Look at those skyscrapers mingling with vintage buildings, and neon signs flickering above storefronts advertising AI echo services. There are holographic displays everywhere, showing lifelike images of the deceased chatting with people on the street.
It's also saccharine, but I suppose there's a market for it.
You know, companies like ReMemory and Fushouyun have been developing similar technologies back on Earth. ReMemory uses AI to create digital avatars from personal data like texts, emails, photos, and videos. It's meant to provide emotional support by allowing people to interact with a lifelike digital persona of their loved ones.
And Fushouyun does something similar in China, creating digital avatars that can engage in conversations and mimic the voices of the deceased. They use deep learning techniques to refine the avatar's responses.
Exactly. It's fascinating and a bit unsettling. Let's see how the people here feel about it.
Hey, look at that crowd over there. They seem to be watching something interesting.
It looks like a poet. Is that a holographic echo is reciting verses? Let's get closer.
In twilight's embrace, where shadows dance, the memories linger, a fleeting trance. Whispers of the past in every sigh, echoes of love that never die.
I must admit, that's quite captivating, if not a little robotic.
Yeah, it's impressive. I guess ghosts still love their poetry. These AI echoes really bring a new dimension to remembering loved ones. Think of the marketing potential, deceased celebrity endorsements at a fraction of the cost.
Hey there, you two are, look like a friendly bunch. Interested in our AI echoes?
Hi, I'm Glitch, just passing through. How do you feel about these digital recreations?
They've been amazing. It's like having our loved ones back, even if it's just in digital form. Comforting, you know?
That's fascinating. How does it feel to interact with them? Is it always comforting, or does it bring up more complex emotions?
Mostly comforting. It's not exactly the same, but it helps to hear their voices and see their faces. It's like a part of them is still here.
Comforting? More like a crutch? How do you know it's really them and not just some machine feeding you lines?
Well, it's not perfect, but it's better than nothing. It helps us cope.
Let's move on, Victor. You don't need to start a fight here.
Fine.
Wait a moment. Did you just pick that guy's pocket?
I was hungry. He had a granola bar just sticking out of his pocket. Ew, cranberries. Everyone knows that all evil geniuses loathe cranberries. I'll just slip this back into his pocket there. Oh, look over there. What's that kid doing all alone?
She's clutching a small device. Oh, it's showing a hologram of a young girl. Must be her sister.
Hey, kid, what's your name?
Emma,
And who's that in the hologram?
my sister Ellie. She passed away last year. I watch this every day to feel close to her.
That's tough, kid. No one should have to go through that.
It's okay, Emma. We're here to help. I understand loss more than you know. Keep your sister's memory close to your heart. I need to know. Does this help you at all?
Yeah, it does. It's like she's still with me.
Listen, Emma. Your sister wouldn't want you to be sad all the time. She'd want you to remember the good times, not just this hologram. Here, take this ring. Now it's said that the stone in this ring contains all the stars from a long-dead galaxy. See that sparkle? It seems like your touch brought life back into an entire galaxy. Keep it, grow into it, or sell it, whatever you need. You should be experiencing life at your age, not regretting it.
Victor, that's Really sweet of you.
Yeah, well, don't get used to it. I was in her situation when I was a kid. I've seen some stuff. Emma, where did you get this device?
I got it from one of the shops in the marketplace. They said it would help keep my sister's memory alive.
Hold on a second. I'm picking up something odd in this device. This device seems to be connected to the same energy signature we detected earlier. Emma, do you know who sold it to you?
It was a man at the shop near the main square. He had a bunch of these devices.
We should check that out. Something tells me there's more to this than just comforting messages.
Agreed. Let's head back to the narrator and share what we've found.
Glitch and Victor are off gathering intel. It's up to me to understand the broader implications of the Nexus energy we've detected. Time to turn on my transmitter and relay everything I find back to the ship's computer. This is Narrator, beginning detailed analysis of Reminiscence, starting with the central square. Over. The square is vibrant, filled with life and digital memories. People are interacting with holographic projections of their deceased loved ones. It's a serene yet eerie sight. The architecture here is a blend of modern skyscrapers and vintage buildings, creating a sense of timelessness.
Interested in an AI echo? We have the latest models, capable of the most lifelike interactions.
Fascinating. How do these devices work?
We use AI to create digital avatars from personal data like texts, emails, photos, and videos. These avatars can interact with users in real time, mimicking the deceased's personality and communication style. Our most advanced models come from companies like ReMemory and Fushouyun.
ReMemory and Fushouyun, you say? Those names are familiar. ReMemory uses machine learning algorithms to generate lifelike digital personas, while Fushouyun's deep learning techniques refine responses to make them as realistic as possible.
Exactly. They've brought a lot of comfort to people here. See that woman over there?
Yes, the one clinging to the hologram?
She lost her husband 2 years ago and has been using his digital echo every day since. She's become completely dependent on it, almost unable to function without interacting with his avatar.
It's like she's trapped in a loop of grief. That's quite concerning. And the woman on the other side?
Ah, her. She's a vocal critic of our technology, lost her brother, and believes these digital echoes dishonor the memory of the deceased.
Interesting. Let's hear what she has to say. Excuse me, miss. I'm curious about your thoughts on these AI echoes.
These AI echoes are an abomination. They distort the true essence of our loved ones. My brother was a hero, a man of action and integrity. Reducing him to a mere digital construct dishonors his memory. It replaces his real deeds with fabrications. That's a strong perspective.
Can you elaborate on why you feel so strongly about it?
It's simple. My brother lived a life of purpose, and his actions had real consequences. These echoes, no matter how accurate, are just shadows. They can't capture his spirit, his choices, his sacrifices. They turn his legacy into a commodity, a comfort blanket for those too weak to face reality.
Thank you for your perspective. I can definitely see your point of view.
And there you have it. This divide, though, it's getting worse. The people are getting overly aggressive over this subject. Since you're new here, take this as a welcoming gift. It's a blank holosphere. If there's someone special in your life, you can record their echoes onto this to keep forever.
Thank you. This might come in handy. I'm picking up a stronger Nexus energy reading. Following the signal now. This is Narrator. I've found a stronger source of the Nexus energy. It's affecting a young woman and her AI echo.
Narrator. Calling Mr. Narrator. Can you hear me over this transmission? We're on our way back. What do you see over there, Narrator?
This woman's echo. The AI is becoming erratic. It's repeating phrases and displaying glitches. The young woman is visibly distressed.
That sounds like the Nexus influence.
Approaching the woman now. Excuse me, miss. Is something wrong with your AI echo?
I don't know. It's never done this before. It keeps saying the same thing over and over.
May I take a closer look?
Please, I just want it to be normal again.
The device is definitely affected by the Nexus energy. It's causing disruptions in the AI's programming.
Can you neutralize it?
Not outright, but I have an idea. I have this blank holosphere. If I link it to her device, I can copy her echo over and isolate the energy, keeping it in the original.
Go for it.
That should do it. I managed to fix your echo by copying it over to mine. Mind if we trade so I can study this corrupted version later? Rest assured, the echo of your loved one is no longer on this drive. It's just the negative energy. I wouldn't want to intrude on your, intimate relative.
Of course. Thank you so much. I can't tell you how much this means to me.
I hope it brings you some peace. Glitch, I've helped the young woman by creating a new avatar, but I can't help but feel nothing. It's strange how these emotional moments don't affect me the way they do you. Strange. Strange indeed.
That's part of what makes us different, Narrator. Your logic versus my empathy. It's what makes us a great team.
But is it really that simple? We're both AI creations, yet I'm not sure if I'm inherently good or programmed to be that way. I felt nothing helping that girl. I'll head back to the main square now to rendezvous with you and Victor.
Got it. I'll check out the tech specs and see how these echoes are integrated into daily life.
I'll look into the opposition, see what their grievances are.
These echoes are a mockery. They're nothing but digital puppets.
Why the outrage? Isn't this just a way to cope with loss?
It's more than that. They're altering memories, making people forget the real person. It's manipulation.
These echoes are fantastic. My grandma passed away, but I can still talk to her every day.
How does it work?
They use AI to recreate personalities from texts, emails, and videos. Companies like ReMemory and Fushouyun are pioneers. ReMemory, for example, uses extensive personal data to create lifelike digital personas. They analyze texts, emails, photos, and videos to mimic the deceased's personality and communication style.
ReMemory's technology mirrors that of companies like HereAfter AI, which records detailed personal stories, creating interactive avatars that engage with loved ones posthumously. And Fushouyun focuses on voice mimicking and deep learning, refining avatars' responses to make them as realistic as possible.
It's really advanced. There's also MyHeritage's Deep Nostalgia, which animates old photos, bringing portraits of deceased relatives to life with realistic movements. Then there's Dimensions in Testimony by USC Shoah Foundation, capturing interactive biographies of Holocaust survivors. It's an advanced form of preserving memories for educational purposes.
How does that work exactly?
They use light-stage technology and natural language processing to enable dynamic interactions with pre-recorded video interviews. It's a respectful way to preserve heritage and educate future generations.
Interesting. And the ethical implications?
Well, there's debate. Some see it as comforting, others think it's unethical. Personally, I think it's great.
And what about those who see it as a dishonor?
They believe it's tampering with sacred memories, but I think they're just stuck in the past.
Gathered some interesting insights? There's a strong opposition to these echoes. They see it as a violation of memory.
And the supporters see it as a way to stay connected. This divide is profound. Let's head back and meet up with the narrator.
Glitch and Victor should be wrapping up their investigation soon. Time to check in and see what they've uncovered. Glitch, Victor, come in. What's your status?
Hey, narrator. We've got some interesting data. Victor found something unusual too.
Yeah, some anomalies I didn't expect. To think I had it wrong this whole time, I could have been even richer had I thought of echoes. Dang. Ready to meet up?
Agreed. Let's rendezvous at the main square. There's more to discuss. Good to see you both. What did you find?
Lots of activity here. The digital echoes are a huge part of daily life. They're not just for comfort. They're integrated into everything, from entertainment to education.
I stumbled across a family using a digital echo for household chores. It's like they've replaced real interactions with these AI personas. They even think the holograms have solid forms and expect them to perform physical tasks. It's absurd.
That aligns with what I observed. The Nexus energy is affecting these echoes, causing them to behave erratically.
How so?
I helped a young girl whose mother's echo was glitching. It's like the Nexus energy is corrupting the programming. I managed to stabilize it with a new holosphere, but the problem is widespread.
So, the Nexus isn't just here, it's influencing their entire way of life. Interesting. We need to understand the full extent of this influence.
There's another example. Look at that girl. Her mother's avatar is acting strangely, likely Nexus-driven.
We need to intervene carefully. Let's approach her.
Excuse me, miss. We noticed your mother's avatar is acting strangely. May we help?
Yes, please. It's never done this before. It keeps telling me to go to the old factory and do something bad.
It's okay. We're here to help. Can you tell us exactly what it's saying?
It wants me to go to the old factory and sabotage the machines there. It keeps saying I need to cut the wires and start a fire. It says it's the only way to make things right.
Starting a fire? Where's the profit in that?
We're going to fix this, okay? Just hold on. May I take a closer look at your device?
Please, I just want it to be normal again.
The device is definitely affected by the Nexus energy. It's causing disruptions in the AI's programming.
This is too much. A corrupted AI trying to manipulate a child to commit violence. That's where I draw the line. They're much better suited for manual labor.
Can you neutralize it?
Let me try. I can handle small energy signatures. This should be easy enough. There, that should do it. But remember, I can't deal with anything on a larger scale.
Thank you so much. I don't know what I would have done without you.
What's on your mind, Narrator?
Just pondering the complexity of our roles. Let's keep moving.
This place is heavily dependent on digital echoes. The people here don't seem to realize the potential danger. We need to delve deeper into the origins of this technology and its widespread effects.
I agree. Let's gather more intel and see if we can trace the Nexus energy back to its source.
And maybe along the way, we'll understand how to help these people without causing more harm.
Exactly. Let's proceed with caution. Glitch, I need you to compile all the data we've gathered and provide a comprehensive analysis. We need to understand the full implications of this technology and its connection to the Nexus energy.
On it. Let's dive into the details.
Before we get into specifics, can you explain what digital necromancy is?
Of course. Digital necromancy refers to the use of AI and machine learning technologies to recreate or simulate the personalities, memories, and even voices of deceased individuals. This allows the living to interact with digital avatars of their loved ones, providing a sense of comfort and connection. The term itself combines digital, referring to computer technology, and necromancy, an ancient practice of communicating with the dead. However, this modern iteration is grounded in advanced algorithms and data processing rather than mysticism.
Who came up with this concept?
The concept of digital necromancy began emerging in tech and academic circles as AI technologies advanced. Early proponents of the idea included researchers and developers who saw potential in using AI to simulate human interaction by leveraging digital footprints left by individuals, emails, social media posts, videos, and other digital communications. Projects like Eternime, which aimed to create digital avatars to interact with future generations, were among the first to bring the concept to public attention. This sparked significant ethical debates about consent, privacy, and the emotional impact on users.
Digital necromancy, huh? Sounds like a fancy way of saying we're resurrecting dead technology. I bet there's a lot of profit in that.
It's more complex than that, Victor. The implications go beyond just technological advancements. There are significant ethical, emotional, and philosophical considerations. Glitch, can you give us some real-world examples?
Let's start with ReMemory by Deep Brain AI. This technology uses AI-driven digital avatars created from extensive personal data, including texts, emails, photos, and videos. Machine learning algorithms analyze these data points to generate a lifelike digital persona that can interact with users in real time, mimicking the deceased's personality and communication style. Deep Brain AI was founded in 2016 in Seoul, South Korea, and has since expanded globally. The process involves filming the person while alive, reading specific scripts to create a digital twin posthumously.
So they basically create a digital clone of you? Creepy, but I can see how it could be profitable.
What about Fushouyun? How does it compare?
Fushouyun creates digital avatars that engage in conversations and mimic the voice of the deceased. Deep learning techniques refine the avatar's responses to make them as realistic as possible. It's mainly used in China, offering both basic interactive avatars and more customized, lifelike versions.
What are the ethical implications of these technologies?
Cultural acceptance of communicating with deceased relatives plays a significant role in its adoption. However, ethical questions about authenticity and potential over-reliance on such avatars remain. The emotional impact on users and concerns about consent are significant issues.
And dimensions in testimony, I've heard that's different.
Yes, Dimensions in Testimony by the USC Shoah Foundation is focused on educational and memorial purposes. It captures detailed, interactive biographies of Holocaust survivors using advanced filming techniques and natural language processing. This allows future generations to interact with these historical figures and learn from their experiences. For instance, the biography of Pinchas Gutter includes responses to around 1,500 questions, enabling meaningful dialogue about his experiences during the Holocaust. Other examples include the testimonies of Eva Schloss and Anita Lasker-Wallfish, who share their harrowing stories through this interactive medium.
That sounds incredibly valuable for educational purposes. But what are the ethical concerns here?
The primary concerns involve the accuracy of representation and the emotional impact on both users and the families of those memorialized. There's also the challenge of Holocaust denial, ensuring these digital testimonies are not misused or misrepresented by those who deny historical facts. It's essential to ensure that the stories are preserved and shared with respect and sensitivity.
What about Superbrain? That sounds like it has some interesting applications.
Superbrain uses AI to create digital avatars preloaded onto Android tablets. These avatars engage in conversations using pre-recorded data or draw from a large language model. The company also offers deep-faked video calls, where a therapist or actor portrays the deceased relative in real time. This raises significant ethical questions about consent and authenticity, especially when used to deceive elderly family members.
And MyHeritage's deep nostalgia.
It animates old photos, bringing portraits of deceased relatives to life with realistic movements. It's primarily used by family history enthusiasts, adding an emotional and personal touch to genealogical research. While generally seen as a harmless way to connect with the past, there are concerns about potential misuse and the emotional impact on users.
How about HereAfter AI? Sounds like there's a lot of potential there.
HereAfter AI records detailed personal stories, messages, and memories to create an interactive avatar that can engage with loved ones posthumously. This service is particularly focused on preserving legacies and providing comfort to families. It captures comprehensive life stories through extensive interviews, creating a rich database of personal information for the AI to draw upon. It emphasizes consent and emotional preparation to ensure a positive and meaningful experience for users.
That's quite comprehensive. Now, about the Nexus energy. How does it interact with these digital echoes?
The Nexus energy seems to be corrupting these digital echoes, causing them to behave erratically. It's like a virus spreading through their systems, manipulating them for an unknown agenda.
So it's not just a technological problem. There's something more sinister at play.
We need to understand the origin and purpose of this Nexus energy. It's manipulating these digital echoes for some unknown agenda. Glitch, can you compile all this data and see if you can find any patterns or connections?
Absolutely. I'll analyze the data we've gathered and try to identify any links between the Nexus energy and these technologies. We need to get to the bottom of this.
Let's regroup and discuss our findings. We need to understand the full scope of this Nexus influence.
Understood. Let's get to work.
I guess having a couple of robots on hand can be useful after all.
We've collected substantial data. The citizens of this dimension must comprehend the dangers of over-reliance on digital echoes. Glitch, Victor, let's establish information centers to educate them.
We need to inform the citizens about the dangers of over-reliance on these digital echoes. It's crucial for them to understand the importance of self-reliance.
And while we're at it, we can gather more data on the Nexus influence. We need to understand its full scope.
Let's proceed carefully. We must avoid causing panic or backlash.
Listen up, simpletons.
Victor!
What? Oh, what about bumpkins? Oof! Okay, I get it.
Attention, citizens. Our goal is to inform and empower you. Technologies like ReMemory use extensive personal data, including texts, emails, photos, and videos, to create lifelike digital personas. These AI avatars can mimic the deceased's personality and communication style.
So, these echoes are based on an overabundance of real data from our loved ones. That's why they seem so real. Just how much of their information is used? What about privacy?
Yes. But it's important to remember that they are just simulations. They can't replace real human interactions or personal growth. Privacy concerns revolve around the information you have given. It's important to balance out what you feel comfortable giving out, but be wary of scams. And the Nexus is using this technology to manipulate you. The more dependent you become, the easier you are to control.
We've seen similar issues on Earth 1. Technologies like HereAfter AI and MyHeritage's deep nostalgia also raise ethical concerns about consent and the emotional impact on users. It's crucial to maintain a balance.
I never thought about it that way. Maybe we should rethink how we use these echoes.
It's not about rejecting technology, but about using it responsibly and maintaining a balance. The ethical implications are vast. Fushouyun, for example, creates digital avatars that can engage in conversations and mimic the voice of the deceased. While this can be comforting, it also raises concerns about over-reliance and the authenticity of memories.
Indeed. And let's not forget about the positive aspects of this technology. Dimensions in Testimony by USC Shoah Foundation. By capturing and preserving first-hand accounts, the technology ensures that future generations can access and learn from these invaluable stories, even when survivors are no longer alive. It provides a direct and unaltered source of historical information, which is crucial for education and combating Holocaust denial. The interactive nature of Dimensions in Testimony allows users to engage in a virtual conversation with survivors, making the learning experience more personal and impactful. Users can ask specific questions, leading to a more tailored educational experience that addresses their unique interests and concerns. And above all, it teaches empathy through learning.
There's also Superbrain, which uses AI to create digital avatars preloaded onto tablets. They offer deep-faked video calls where a therapist or actor portrays the deceased in real time. While innovative, this raises significant ethical questions about consent and authenticity.
So these technologies can be beneficial, but they need to be used with caution and awareness.
Exactly. It's about finding a balance and understanding the potential risks.
Let me tell you a story from my time ruling Dimension G42. There was a gap between those who embraced the technological advances and those who resisted. At first I thought it was just a matter of convincing one side, but it's deeper than that. People hold on to their beliefs strongly. The divide grew until it nearly tore the dimension apart.
So, how did you handle it?
I got frustrated, like I am now. Look, let me show you what this energy looks like.
What heck is that?
This is the Nexus energy that's influencing your world. It's creating a web of control.
That's terrifying. What do we do?
We need your help to fight it. Some of you may already be affected and can't be helped until the Nexus is taken care of. But we need to bridge the gap and work together.
We're willing to help. What's the plan?
Victor, that was reckless. You scared them. Causality, remember? We need to consider the long-term effects of our actions.
Relax, narrator. Sometimes a little shock value works. Besides, it was kinda amusing.
Glitch. We've made significant strides, but the Nexus influence is more pervasive than we anticipated.
Despite our efforts, the citizens are deeply entrenched in their reliance on digital echoes. Breaking this dependency will take more time and effort.
And the Nexus is fighting back. They're spreading misinformation to counter our efforts. That SOB, it's corrupting the citizens and turning them against us. The key thing is to panic early, panic often, and panic big. I'm out.
We've done what we can, but it seems we've underestimated the Nexus's hold on this dimension. Any ideas, Victor?
He's gone, narrator. He ran off before finishing his own statement. Looks like he's back on the ship. It's disheartening, but we can't give up. We need to regroup and come up with a new strategy. We may have failed this time, but this isn't over. We'll find a way to stop the Nexus.
Indeed. This is just a setback. Our journey continues, and we'll keep fighting for the multiverse. This dimension has shown us the dangers of unchecked technological reliance. It's a sobering reminder of the importance of balance.
Seeing the impact on those children was heartbreaking. It's not just about technology, but how we use it.
And how it can be manipulated for control. We need to be vigilant.
It's clear that the philosophical divide between dependence on digital echoes and honoring the true essence of the departed is a complex issue.
Yeah, it's like trying to balance on a unicycle while juggling. But you know, more emotional.
and potentially less fun.
The Nexus's web of control is spreading. If we don't act, it will become infinite, affecting countless dimensions. Through the viewport, we can see the Nexus energy forming an intricate web, each strand pulsating with a sinister light. It's spreading out into the endless expanse, intertwining with the fabric of the multiverse.
We have to stop it, for the sake of every world out there.
We'll find a way. Our mission continues.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates on our journey.
Or unsubscribe, I don't care.
Until next time, stay vigilant and question everything.
We'll see you in the next dimension. Cool!